Alright, we got us a Pixels After Dark. This is YouTubers who committed terrifying crimes. Let's get it.
Hello, I'm Robert Cramp. We started the food chain series by talking about producers, organisms that specialize in capturing energy from sunlight or other sources and storing it as sugars and starches.
The Happy Scientist, aka Robert Crump, is the perfect example that criminals can be almost anybody.
Okay.
Even someone as unsuspecting as a goofy science instructor. Spending his days educating the youth, Robert Crump was a scientist who enjoyed demonstrating the magic of the world through engaging experiments that almost anyone could enjoy.
Okay.
He wasn't just some random guy posting on YouTube either. He was legit, with some pretty amazing production behind his work. You could find him in the ocean, on top of trees. He would meet with birds and make glass sing. You can even find him on television programs setting the host on fire.
What?
All in his signature lighthearted and painless fashion. All while he kept a smile from ear to ear. A smile that would prove to be much more sinister in the years to come. Visiting his website, we can clearly see the passion
I don't remember him. I never seen him either, but we gonna see.
that Robert had for educating the youth. All of his teaching and experiments were primarily aimed at early childhood science studies, with relevant info to K through 12 science education standards.
Okay.
He even has resources for science fairs and fun games for students looking to study and expand their knowledge in different fields of science. In his personal biography on the website,
So chat, what do y'all think he did? What do y'all think he did?
we can even see that Robert would visit as many as 180 schools per year,
Damn.
performing fun experiments all throughout Florida. He was a man of the people, continuously applauded for his volunteer work, selfless passion for education, and connection with children all across America. A connection that proved to be much more disturbing than anyone could imagine.
What?
Kane County man, 64-year-old John Robert Krampf, was indicted in federal court Thursday on 2 counts. One for possession of child pornography and a second charge of receiving child pornography. The second.
Wow.
In September of 2020, Robert Crump was charged for the possession of not 1, not 10, not 100, but thousands upon thousands of pornographic images involving children. According to the
Wow.
affidavit of probable cause, Crump admitted to using multiple online file sharing programs to download images of child abuse material.
Wow.
Review of computers and electronic storage devices by investigators resulted in thousands of images and videos. According to investigators, it was apparent that he had been engaging in this activity for quite some time, which makes this whole case that much more.
That's so weird, bro. And it wasn't something fresh. It was like, bro, this was an itch he was scratching when he was going to teach kids and shit. That nigga probably had some very impure thoughts, bro. That shit is crazy.
More disturbing. Robert was invited to 180 schools in a single year. That's
Damn.
a different school every other day that invited a sexual predator through their doors,
Damn.
masked as a smiling goof with a yearn to educate. This obviously wasn't the school's fault, although I'll tell you by the look of this mugshot, I'd probably nail the charge within the first couple guesses. However, it's crazy to think how many sick and twisted people can hide behind such innocent personas.
Right. You
A
just
Reddit
never
user
know.
even uncovered an old comment on his YouTube channel that takes a whole new meaning in the wake of this discovery. Just so you know, I've touched much worse in the name of science. To which Robert replied, so true.
Wow.
That sick bastard.
Wow.
Robert had the world fooled since the 80s and found a way to get in front of as many children as he possibly could. Who knows what Robert was able to do in the years he wasn't caught and the lives he could have potentially affected.
Holy
I'm
shit.
sure his passion for science and education are true. However, luckily for the rest of humanity, the only experiment he'll be running in the near future is how long a sexual predator can last in federal prison. Robert Crump was sentenced to 4 years in prison
That's
in
it.
March of 2021. So there's a chance his reappearance in the digital world might happen very, very soon.
Only 4 years for thousands and thousands of niggas like this do not change, bro. Your sexual preference doesn't just change, bro. That's his preference. That's what he likes. He likes kids. And I'm sorry, but whatever you choose to do, like who you're attracted to sexually never just fully changes, bro. It don't. If you could just change who you're sexually attracted to, a lot of people wouldn't be gay. They would choose to not be gay if that was a choice. If it was a fucking choice, he can't choose to not like fucking kids. That just don't change, bro. You don't just change that shit. That shit is weird. You need to castrate niggas like this, bro.
Unfortunately.
That shit is insane.
Before we continue, I'd like to take a moment to thank this video's sponsor, Surfshark.
Shout out to you.
Dr. Nicholas Bate, aka Nick Bates, was a young vlogger in the early days of YouTube that tried desperately to fit into the crude and disgusting comedy niche. He would make many different types of videos. Some were room tours, other were Pokemon battles, and the most difficult to get through were his skits. Most of which would always fall flat, making me cringe.
Nigga tried to be Andy Milonakis. I can already tell the nigga tried to be
With
Andy
every
Milonakis.
desperate attempt at a joke. I'm sorry if I'm sounding too harsh, but I'm not. He would be way too vocal regarding his poor health habits. He's admitted to not cleaning himself in the shower and simply refuses to brush his teeth.
What?
A focal point he made very
Ew.
obvious in his videos. However, every now and then,
I ain't gonna lie. Having crooked teeth and bad, like, nasty breath that's a double fucking whammy, nigga. Like, if you had straight teeth and you ain't brush it, at least your teeth straight. If you had crooked teeth and you brushed it, at least your teeth clean. You got your shit crooked and they stink? Bruh, come on, bruh.
then we get a little peek into Nick's life. Something that seemed complicated, to say the least. We learn that he has a little sister who made a few appearances in some uploads and an aggressive relationship towards his family.
Getting naked. What?
On some occasions, we can see almost immediate impatience with his grandmother, and in a video featuring him and his little sister playing with sticks, the description reads, "I LARPed with my half-sister just days before our sticks were tragically stolen from us by our douchebag mom because I'm too old to be playing with sticks. Dumb bitch."
Oh shit.
However, the one light that seemed to be shining in Nick's life was his girlfriend he called Anna. Someone who he would fall in love with in all the ways someone shouldn't. Visiting a live journal Nick created at the time, we can take a closer look at Nick's life. More specifically, his affairs with Anna. Anna was a girl he simply met in an online roleplay group who, for a brief moment, became his girlfriend despite living thousands of miles away.
Oh,
It's
shit.
hard to find examples of fond moments in their relationship. However, it didn't take long at all to see that things would go south. Around late 2008, Nick would make multiple comments stating his confusion on why his online friends were blocking him, why his life was suddenly taking a severe decline, and why people were talking to him like they were Chris Hansen.
Damn.
More vocally though, Nick would make countless posts detailing his breakup with Anna. Apparently, something happened between the two that caused Anna to think Nick was a creep, and pretty much cut complete contact with her once internet companion.
Damn.
Because of this, Nick would become wildly obsessed, and for what seemed like the next few years, would continuously bring up Anna in his quest to win her back. He made dozens of posts to his blog about her, so much so that he found it more worthwhile to create a completely separate blog titled The Legend of Anna.
That is
A
insane.
desperate attempt at getting her back by compiling all of his love into numerous disturbing journal entries reflecting the obsessive stalker he truly is. If this wasn't creepy enough, on a second YouTube channel named Constant Butts, Nick flips through a binder he made dedicated to Anna.
What the
Some
fuck?
form of shrine comprised of hundreds of photos he got from her online. Bear in mind, this video was posted almost 3 years after their breakup. Nick's
3
obsession
years?
was persistent.
Nah, bro. That had to be his only girlfriend ever, bro. Holy shit.
And it seemed to show no signs of slowing down. He wasn't stopping until he got her back. On a journal managed by Anna, I found an entry detailing her hatred for Nick.
Oh,
and let me
damn.
tell you, she did not pull back any punches. She targeted every weird obsession, every disgusting kink, and every off quirk behind Nick Bates before ending the page with, "I hate you, Nick. You're the first person I have ever really and truly wished a slow and painful death on. You're worthless and nobody likes you. Even your so-called friends think you're a creep. I'll never be your friend again, much less your girlfriend or wife. Now,
God
leave me
damn.
alone. It was clear that Anna wanted absolutely nothing to do with Nick. However, the question still remained. What happened in 2008 that started this online obsession? What could have possibly happened that made all of his friends look at Nick as a disgusting creep with no sense of ethics or morals? Well, it didn't take long to find the 40 lines of chat logs that would inevitably change Nick's life forever. Leaked by Anna was a chat between the two containing Nick's confession to sexually assaulting his little sister.
Whoa!
I'm not going to show you the entire logs as they're very descriptive. However, I was disgusting.
Hold the fuck up. I saw something up there. She coerced me. Right now, but once I tell you, you think I'm a... I mean, I kind of am, but still. Are you being serious? Yeah, she kind of... What is that? Well, she like always talked to me about what me and Joe are doing, and then eventually wanted to...
Assaulting his little sister.
Fuck?
I'm not going to show you the entire logs as they're very descriptive. However, I was disgusting reading how casually Nick described the
Nigga
event.
said she started it.
He even went as far as to laugh and claim his sister assaulted him, saying that she kinda coerced him. I'm really sorry that I've been
That
approaching
nigga's
this
a
case in a
fucking-
somewhat rude and aggressive manner. However, I hope you can now understand why. He doesn't even try to hide it either. In a journal entry on another blog of his, he addresses the question of whether child porn is good or bad, to which he answers with, "You wouldn't want to hear my opinion on it." There is so much more that I have neglected to go into detail on, as I don't feel it's relative to this video. However, if you have the time, take a look. You will start to forget that this whole story is 100% true. Anna would then proceed to contact the police and report this confession. However, this ultimately did nothing.
Wow.
In most cases, evidence from an internet chat log holds very little weight and won't warrant the arrest of a pedophile just because they said something online.
Wow.
There's just too much that's unable to be proved. As the years continued, Nick's harassment of Anna remained. Time and time again, she was met with unanswered fears. However, in 2015, someone would make a report to the police that they couldn't possibly ignore. Someone who hurt much more than Anna. Nick's sister.
What?
In 2015, Nick's sister reported the assault to the authorities, and after a brief investigation, gathered enough evidence to finally put Nick Bates behind bars.
Was arrested for a child who was 5 years old when the alleged abuse began. 5?
He made a really desperate attempt at proving his innocence through a Hail Mary throw involving feces. However, I'll save your stomach with the
Plays
details.
with his shit
Look
to
it up
prove
yourself
innocence.
if you're really
What the fuck? That nigga, yo, what the fuck? Plays with his shit to prove his innocence? What the fuck?
interested, but I recommend you don't. In 2016, Nick was finally proven guilty and sentenced to serve 6 to 40 years in prison. He has since
6 to 40? No, nigga, 40.
attempted to appeal this sentence twice. However, both times he was thankfully denied. Class It Up 10 was a channel owned by Jared Lee Loeffner, a conspiracy theorist who utilized the platform to discuss wild theories involving government, religion, and mind control. I wish I could tell you more about what they meant, but if I'm being honest, I have no idea what he's talking about half the time. He often references his want for a new currency and rambles on about different ways to implement it, all of which makes absolutely no sense. Apparently they'll have new symbols with different meanings, and don't worry if you're worried, there's an active discussion on whether this currency should be distributed lethally or non-lethally.
What?
Personally, I think I prefer non-lethally, but you know, that's just me. The more interesting uploads, however, are the ones where Jared tells us a little bit about himself. He identifies as a conscious dreamer, something he believes the world needs more of. He doesn't believe the government is doing their job and should be focused on finding ways to implement his new currency.
You got off work, you're still alive?
His ambition?
Yeah, for a
to
little bit.
inform illiterate dreamers, and in a few days, it will be known that he's conscious dreaming. Whatever the hell that means. On the same day, he made a second post titled his Final Thoughts, giving a little more detail on his problems with the government.
Okay.
He doesn't trust the new currency, as they are no longer backed by silver and gold. He believes the government is controlling the minds of its people, and more interestingly, we find out that Jared was a United States military recruit. He ends the video with talk of a revolution and signs off with, "In conclusion, reading the second United States Constitution, I can't trust the government because of the ratifications. The government is implying mind control and brainwash on people by controlling the grammar.
What?
No, I won't pay debt with a currency that's not backed by gold and silver. No, I won't trust in God." And then, after this, nothing. No more uploads,
MySpace
no
is
more
crazy.
conspiracies, and no more ramblings. It would only take a few weeks to see why Jared's last upload was labeled his Final Thoughts. There was never an intention to post here again.
20 people shot, several at point-blank range.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
22-year-old is accused of trying to assassinate Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords. Surveillance video from the Safeway supermarket shows the alleged gunman, Jared Lee Loeffner, walking right up to Giffords, shooting her in the head from a distance of only 2 or 3 feet.
On January 8th of 2011, only 3 weeks after his last upload, would Jared visit a supermarket hosting a Congress event in Tucson, Arizona, and open fire, shooting a congresswoman in the head and firing at spectators in attendance. 6 individuals were killed and 13 were seriously injured.
God damn.
Some might immediately speculate that this was the result of some PTSD-induced
Nah, this nigga's
trauma from the
crazy.
military. However, looking deeper, it's not hard to find that not only is this not the case, he was never even in the military to begin with. He
What?
did apply for the Army in 2009, however was rejected under the assumption of being unqualified. What did surface in the light of the murders was Jared's struggles with drug abuse, something that seemed to start after a breakup in his high school years. It was reported that he began using a wide variety of drugs, such as cannabis, mushrooms, LSD, and other psychedelics.
Oh, this nigga was
and
tripping.
soon after, developed a noticeable personality change. His classmates noticed that he began to become more erratic and aggressive. He was suspended from college and couldn't seem to hold any job for any meaningful amount of time. In the months leading to the shootings, it was also noted that Jared's parents began to become worried about his behavior and potential to harm someone in the foreseeable future. Because of this, they would even disable his car at night and fear that he might do something dangerous after everybody went to bed.
Oh,
The
wow.
story really is a sad tragedy, as it shows.
I mean, they didn't try hard enough, but at least they tried. They thought they could control that man in the morning. And when they go to bed, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we can't control him, but he won't be able to get nowhere. Y'all tried. You didn't try hard enough because you could have made it be known or something. But they did try a little bit.
The true ramifications that drug use can have on a person. Before, Jared was described as being a sweet and caring individual. However, after, no one seemed surprised that he did what he did. He developed schizophrenia
Wow.
and fell down a rabbit hole of mistrust and sporadic aggression. He lost everything he had and became obsessed with exposing the government, something he felt he had to do with his own hands at the cost of innocent lives.
Holy shit.
Dodging the death penalty with a guilty plea, Jared Loeffner is now serving a life sentence at the Federal Medical Center in Minnesota, without the possibility of parole.
Damn.
Taking a look at Jared's channel one last time, we can find something rather unnerving. Under his playlist, we can find one album titled Favorites, holding only one video. One of him burning the American flag, with
Whoa.
the song Bodies playing in the background.
That, wow. Holy shit.
In early 2006, a programmer by the handle Carl H would create a Reddit account and became notorious for helping beginners learn the ropes of programming and offer helpful tips to those trying to enter the world of computer science.
Okay.
Especially at this time, resources available online were scarce, and having someone so eager to help a growing community was looked at
That's
as
a good fucking song. Terrible way to use it, but great fucking song.
nothing less than admirable. Along with this, between the years of 2006 and
Chat, what y'all think this nigga did? Since y'all, you know, what y'all think he did? A guy that's teaching people how to do tech. Think pedo. I think murder too. I'm gonna say murder.
Reddit searches regarding programming was the most searched on the platform. There was a market for education, and Carl H knew he had what it took to become the teacher.
Justin TV. That was Twitch. Holy shit. This nigga was going live on Twitch and doing coding sessions. Twitch was Justin TV before it became Twitch. Holy shit.
He made a subreddit called Carl H Programming, where he hosted a series of free programming classes designed for beginners on up, and was quickly greeted by a community excited to learn. They had almost direct access to ask Carl any question they had, and they would often receive support as Carl was active almost every day. He spent years helping those find their footing in the world of computer science, and to many, Carl was regarded as a selfless Samaritan, even earning an award as Redditor of the Day, something that was looked up to pretty highly at the time. In the replies to this post, Carl would go on to answer some questions from his fans, to which he told us his favorite programming language, his personal heroes, and how his idea of happiness was the time spent with his friends and family.
Damn.
Carl was truly a good person.
Oh shit, the nigga that probably murdered his whole family, huh?
Soon after, Carl launched a YouTube channel under his name, Carl Herald, where he offered free programming lessons and introductions to the world of computer science. Saying this page was helpful to students at the time is an understatement, ranging from the core foundations of computer science to advanced projects that could get you started in building a marketable resume. His already growing community would tune in, and as a result, Carl's YouTube channel began to thrive,
Damn.
growing rapidly and building tens of thousands of subscribers. However, in 2013, things would begin to get weird. Carl seemed to go silent. His digital footprint went blank, and between his Reddit account, YouTube channel, and website, no additional posts were ever made.
Damn.
This seemed extremely odd and worrisome to his community, as this was very unlike Carl, especially without any notice or warning. Up until this point, Carl was active almost every day. His community would comment asking for some form of update as to why he disappeared. However, as time went on, they would slowly give up, accepting that the fate of their favorite internet tutor would forever remain a mystery. Oh, how they must wish this was still the case.
Damn.
Later that year, it was discovered that Carl and his partner Charles Dunavant were arrested and charged with the sexual assault of Carl's own son.
Nigga. Wow. Holding son captive for that? What the fuck? Your own son? Holy shit, bro. That's... Wow. You niggas are sick, bro.
Carl prevented his son from going to school, going outside, and cut his communications entirely from the outside world. They locked him in their basement and proceeded to sexually abuse him, recording everything and posting it online to disgusting communities and forums.
Wow.
All along, the community theorized that something terrible may have happened to Carl, but instead, Carl was the terror. I think about this often when interacting with anybody on the internet. In fact, I think about this often when interacting with anybody in general. Carl was a charitable man, there's no denying that. He donated his time to help struggling students learn profitable skills, and in the end, probably made a lasting impact on more people than even he would realize. However, Carl just couldn't help himself but be who he was.
That's
An
crazy.
evil,
Nah,
manipulative.
Domingo said predator, but and then was like, nah, maybe he killed somebody, but he said predator first.
Psychopath who deserves to rot behind bars for the rest of his life. It's a shame to say that even this will forever remain a hope that will never be seen to fruition.
What?
During the trial, before official sentencing, Carl was found hanged in an Alabama jail cell.
Oh, they got that
avoiding
nigga
the
up out of here.
36-year sentence Charles served, all by his pathetic self.
They got that
Despite
nigga up out
this
of
being
there.
the end of the story, things do get a little weird in the following years. In 2016, a post would be made on the Carl H. Programming subreddit with the title, "Hi, it's me from heaven," posted by none other than Carl Harold himself. He claimed that he managed to escape from prison and faked his death. Apparently, he was alive and will be hosting his website computerscienceforeveryone.com again, available shortly. To those who didn't believe him, Carl said he was safe in Russia and would post an official AMA soon for those who had questions. This obviously caused quite the stir in the community, with many people posting negative comments and almost everybody theorizing the validity of what just happened. However, as most expected, it was revealed that this was in fact not Carl, but instead someone who hacked his account, attempting to troll the once vibrant, passionate community
of
programming support.
Wow. Of course.
Cultural Philistine was a channel active on YouTube in the early 2010s, entirely comprised of videos featuring black screens and detailed commentary on various controversies and cultures. For those who don't know, the name Cultural Philistine is actually an accurate description as to what the channel was all about. Philistine, meaning one who is uninformed in a special area of knowledge, is used to express the user's misunderstanding of culture, hence the name Cultural Philistine. This in turn gave him a platform.
Yeah, what y'all think this one is? Mass murder? CP murder? I don't know, I can't call this one yet.
To express his opinions on dreams, cults, antinatalism, and other culturally driven ideologies. However, what sticks out the most amongst all of these is his 8-part analysis.
Y'all got duped. Y'all got duped.
On pedophilia and the concept of adults having consensual relationships with children. Without going into too much detail, the series gives a user's personal take on cultural views of pedophilia and why nothing bad should inherently come from adults dating minors. An obviously disgusting opinion, however, it wasn't come from a personal take on cultural views of pedophilia and why nothing bad should inherently come from adults dating minors.
That's crazy.
An obviously disgusting opinion, however, it wasn't presented in a crazed or disturbing manner. The channel was intended to try and give an educational counterpoint to many cultural norms, and in turn was presented in a very educational manner, with various studies and research used to support his arguments. Although it was odd that the user seemed to have a very passionate take on the topic, spending over an hour discussing his debate, he begins the series explaining that he does not support pedophilia, nor does he have any pedophilic thoughts. He simply just wanted to attempt a convincing debate to an otherwise standard and respected cultural rule. The channel didn't have many followers. However, active in most videos was a user by the name Myrmidon51, who would challenge Cultural Philistine's views with their own rebuttals in the comments section. They were both willing to have a mature conversation on controversies in culture, and as a result, Myrmidon would become worried when Cultural Philistine stopped posting on the platform. As the years passed, Myrmidon can be found asking about culture's well-being, checking in on him throughout the years, hoping he would confirm whether he was okay.
Damn.
He would write heartfelt messages and wish him a Merry Christmas.
Damn.
Multiple times, in fact. However, to his horror, a user Myrmidon never heard of would inform him on culture's well-being. Want to know where he was? He was dead. He shot up Sandy Hook.
Whoa! No! I ain't gonna lie. Wow, I saw Sandy Hook and tears came to my eyes. That shocked the fuck out of me. No way!
People. Myrmidon almost immediately deleted his account.
Oh my god!
It was discovered over 9 years after the incident that this account belonged to Adam Lanza, the 20-year-old responsible for the massacre in Sandy Hook Elementary School, an event that left 26 people dead, including himself, and most of which being young students. The discovery of the channel is actually pretty fascinating, as 9 years after the massacre took place, a Reddit user would post the discovery of the channel to r/masskillers, claiming the voice sounded almost identical to Adam Lanza. After diving deeper into the channel, it was not only agreed that the voice matched perfectly to Adam's voice, but it was also discovered that his 8-part series on adult-child relationships was actually a word-for-word essay written by Adam Lanza used for college applications.
Wow.
The actual discovery of this essay is nothing new. However, the fact that it was available on YouTube, narrated by Adam himself before anything even happened, was never known.
Wow.
It's just crazy to think that all this time, one of America's most infamous school shooters had a YouTube channel that no one knew about. It makes you wonder how much of the world's most interesting media will remain lost forever, waiting for someone to come across and make the right connections at just the right time. People quickly archived the channel and made appropriate backups, and very soon after, the channel would be terminated, marking an official end to Adam Lanza's argumentative persona as a cultural philistine.
Wow. I ain't gonna lie, that shit shocked the fuck out of it. Literally brought tears to my eyes when I saw Sandy Hook. Holy shit. Like I was so shocked that like I didn't know what to do. Holy shit. Nah, that was crazy. That last one was insane, bro. Holy shit. Shout out Pixels. That was a great video. The last one really got the gears going. Holy shit. Shout out to you, man.